Why did our human ancestors go from looking like cavemen to looking very soft and pushy? Biologist Simon Groom explains.
Morgan and Carrier, in a contentious 2013 paper, proposed that facial robusticity for men in the jaw, cheekbones, and around the eyes evolved in order to offer protection for blows or punches to the face, rather than a greater ability to chew hard foods, as had been previously believed. There are 5 reasons for this. Firstly, it's mostly men who fight, and the areas around the face where they are most different or dimorphic than women are particularly robust. It is easy to see how many of these traits could protect you in a fight, especially important organs like the eyes. These also happen to be the parts of the skull that exhibit the greatest increase in robusticity during the evolution of early hominins. Secondly, epidemiological data indicates that in modern societies, violence is the most frequent cause of fracture to the facial skeleton, and the fist is the weapon most often used, causing around half to 2/3 of the fight-associated facial fractures, suggesting that fists are actually a very important weapon in human conflict. The primary target, as from any boxing match, is of course the face. Thirdly, fossil records of early humans suggest that the early human face was actually not adapted to crack hard foods, as microwear patterns on the teeth of early human species suggest that they actually rarely fed on hard objects, but rather soft foods like fruit, and it is also suggested that the greater level of facial buttressing in robust humans may indicate a more polygynous mating system, for example, as men fight over more women. 4. The later evolution of reduced robusticity of the face is associated with the evolution of reduced strength of the upper body and arms. Both these trends may be a consequence of the invention of better weapons that decrease the importance of physical strength and power during fighting, which in turn reduced facial robusticity as there was a decreased need to protect the face. Instead, facial expressiveness and trustworthiness was selected for as humans became more cooperative, hence men's more androgynous look over time. 5. This hypothesis is consistent with the fact that we can accurately assess a man's strength and fighting ability from facial shape and voice quality. Because success often involves not fighting in the first place, facial shape and voice may also convey relevant information to potential opponents about their ability to defend themselves in a fight and not sustain damage. In other words, an individual may be more formidable simply because his face is more resistant to injury. So, to conclude, it appears that, according to this paper, the face may have become less robust not because our foods became softer, but because we became more cooperative and intelligent and began to use weapons rather than fists to hurt each other. We therefore had less need for our faces to be robust, and there became more scope for faces to become prettier and more androgynous over time. The question of whether Kim Jong-un looks so adorable because of his acquisition of nuclear weapons is a question potentially answered by science. But given this, why do relatively minor differences in the sexes still exist? And why is low body fat needed to convey important information about the face in light of this? To hear more about this topic in more depth, and other topics such as the relationship between narcissism and attractiveness, why less attractive people earn more, and why we as humans lost our body hair, subscribe to our podcast below.